Hi everyone, welcome to the BoldSign API tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to revoke a signature request using the BoldSign Python SDK. I'll guide you through the steps to revoke the request and show you what happens after revocation, including the email notifications sent to recipients. If you're new to BoldSign, check out our Getting Started videos linked in the description below. Imagine a scenario where you've sent a contract to a client for signing, but later realize the document contains incorrect pricing details. Since the agreement cannot proceed with the wrong information, you need to revoke the signature request immediately to prevent the client from signing it. Using the BoldSign API, you can revoke the document in just a few steps. Once revoked, the recipient loses access and can no longer sign the document. Let's dive in. First, ensure that you have installed the BoldSign Python SDK by running the command pip install BoldSign in your terminal. As I have already installed it, I'll confirm by running pip show BoldSign. As you can see, the package has been installed and is ready to go. I have built a simple web interface that shows a list of BoldSign documents in a table and allows users to revoke any document directly from the browser. The page starts with a header and a refresh button, then uses JavaScript to fetch live document data from the server, documents.json, and dynamically populate the table with each document's name, status, and a revoke button. When a user clicks revoke, the script prompts them to enter a message, adds that message to the form, and submits it to the server, Revoke, for processing. Essentially, this file provides a clean, interactive UI for viewing documents and initiating revocations without leaving the page. The first step to revoking a document is fetching the documents in your BoldSign account using the Document List API. To do this, I navigate to the developer documentation on listing documents, copy the Python code snippet, and paste it into my Python file. I update the code. In the configuration, I set the API key to connect with BoldSign services. If you haven't generated your API key yet, you can do so by logging into the BoldSign web app. Navigating to the API section, selecting API keys, and generating a new key. In the document API, I call the list document method and set the page number that I want to list the documents. I print the document list and export key details, ID, name, status, to data.json for the browser. I run the script. It retrieves a list of documents from my BoldSign account and then processes that data. It prints the full document list to the terminal for quick viewing and also extracts key details, document ID, name, and status into a simplified format. Finally, it saves those details as a data.json file, which will be used later. Here, I create a lightweight Python web server that serves my HTML interface and acts as the bridge between the browser and BoldSign. I navigate to the developer documentation on revoking a document, copy the Python code snippet, and paste it into my Python file. I update the code. I set the API key to connect with BoldSign services. Next, in the document API, I call the revoke document method by passing two arguments, the document ID, which identifies the document I want to revoke, and the revoke document object, which contains the revoke message, in the class handlers. When the server receives a root path request, it serves the display .html. When the client browser calls getDocuments.json, the handler constructs a BoldSign SDK client using the API key and calls document API list documents. It then normalizes the response into an array of objects with ID, name, and status, and returns that as JSON. Because this call is made each time documents.json is requested, the UI always reflects BoldSign's current state, page. If anything fails, it responds with HTTP 500 and a JSON error, so the UI can show an error message. When the server receives post revoke, it reads the request body, extracts documented in message, validating that a document ID is present. With these parameters, the server calls revoke with BoldSign methods. Inside that helper, the BoldSign SDK creates a revoke document object with your message and calls document API revoke document method. If BoldSign accepts the request, the server responds with a simple HTML confirmation page showing the ID and the message added. If any exception occurs, the server returns an error page with the details, allowing the user to understand why the revoke failed. When I run the server and open the generated URL in a browser, it displays a list of documents with rows. Each row shows the document's title and status, along with a revoke action button. When I click the revoke button, a prompt appears asking me to enter a revoke message. After I provide the message, the script updates the message field in the form with the entered value and then programmatically submits the form. This ensures that every revoke request includes both the target document ID and an explicit message, clearly providing the reason for the revocation. After that, you can go back to the main list or press Refresh button to see the document's updated status. All recipients in this document will be notified of the revocation and the reason for the revocation. For example, here is the email notifications received by Stacy Wilson, stating that the document she was asked to sign has been revoked. Please note, the revoke action can only be performed on documents that have not completed the signing process. If the document is created on behalf of the sender's identity email address must be specified. That's it. I've guided you through the steps to revoke the request, shown you what happens after revocation, including the email notifications sent to recipients. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to our channel for more BoldSign API tutorial videos.